need tips on how to look after your tomato plants so that you get fantastic crops from them, lots of tomatoes and delicious tasting ones, well, this is the video for you. So stick around and let's have a look at our tomato plants. Each week we like to tidy them up. We spend about 15 to 20 minutes on them, tidying them up, giving them a feed and tying them all up so that they're supported while they are growing. So let's have a look at how our tomato plants have grown. Over the last few weeks you'll have seen the progression of them and how well they're getting on. So let's have a look and see what we need to do today with them. So as you can see, they're growing really fast. Now these have possibly only been in about 4 weeks. They've not been in a long time and they've shot up inside the polytunnel. We're keeping them well watered and each week we give them a feed and we give them a tidy up. So let me show you how we tidy up our tomato plants. So as you can see on this tomato plant, we've got a shoot popping out in between the leaf and the plant. Now this takes a lot of the energy away from the tomato plant as it's putting energy into growing this offshoot. What you can do is pinch it off and chuck it away, or you can stick it in some water and it will root and you will get another tomato plant. So if you're wanting more tomato plants, that is what you need to do. We've got enough tomato plants, so all we're going to do is just snap that off and chuck it away. So there we are, as easy as that. So we're looking between all of the shoots and we get out the extra little plants what are growing in between, and that puts the strength into growing the flowers and growing the fruit and getting delicious crops. So we'll do all that first. So we've taken off all the extra little plants what are growing in between all of the leaves, so that's one job done. And also I've just noticed we have got a tomato growing. Look at that, our first tomato growing on here. So, oh, and another one. So yeah, we're getting tomatoes growing, which is a good sign. So next up, I'm going to take off all the bottom leaves off the plants, as it doesn't need the bottom leaves on them. Again, it takes away the energy. So we're going to take some of those bottom leaves off so that it can concentrate on growing the fruit and the vegetables. So we'll do that next, take off all the bottom leaves. So we've taken off all the bottom leaves and they're looking tons better. So the final job, which we've got to do, is tie them all to the canes, because we don't want them all leaning all over the place, especially when the tomatoes are growing, they'll top heavy them. So we need to tie them all to the canes and make sure they're well supported in growing. So that's all them tied up. We just use that garden wire to tie his tomatoes up. But yeah, that one's just digging into the plant, so we'll unfasten that one. You've just got to watch for them when they're swelling up. They can sometimes dig in, which we don't want, but we've put one further up now, so that should be good. So we've filled some of our tubs up with some fresh composters. Obviously compost sinks down as it gets wet and watered. So we're going to give them some food next, which we do once a week, and we're going to give them some fish blood and bone to make them nice and healthy. And we're doing this once a week at the moment. We will start feeding them tomato feed soon as all the tomatoes start to set, but we've only got a couple of tomatoes on it at the moment, so we'll hold off from doing that. But yeah, let's give them some fish blood and bone. So that's all them fed. Just need to do the final thing, which is the most important thing of all, is water them. Water them, water them, water them. Unfortunately the rain doesn't get in here, so let's give them a good water. So I hope you've enjoyed that video on how to grow your tomatoes and get great crops on them and great fruit growing all summer long. So if you've enjoyed this, drop us a follow, leave us a comment. Until next time everyone, remember, keep smiling, keep shining and keep gardening with Ben everyone.